Hello and welcome back to episode 40 of the Championship Manager Lockdown Challenge. And it's been a long time since I've recorded. I've had illness in the house again. My daughter was ill, then she passed it to my wife, and then between them they passed it to me, and we've just gone round in circles. And yeah, I'm finally feeling a little bit better today. I think I did record one at the start of it and felt like I was getting better, but it just absolutely wiped me out. I put a few tweets out saying, "Oh, I was supposed to have a video up today. I'll get it out tomorrow." Then tomorrow's and that was like 4 or 5 days ago. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely sideswiped this house, and it's still kind of going on. I've still kind of got a little bit lingering, but hopefully I can get back out running this week. Obviously, by the time these videos sort of come out, I'm probably well past it. The tweets don't match up anything what I'm saying, but let's jump in because we've got a few things to catch up on, and I need to figure out what's going on. So if you're new here, first of all, smash that subscription button down below, the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the videos as well, all that good stuff, and let's crack on. So last time out we had Man United, and I'm showing the results actually as we are. Don't mean to be doing that. We'll get ready for the first game. So we lost to Man United in the Champions League group opener. Today we've got Grasshoppers. Obviously we had some transfers and all that sort of stuff. I think we just had the one episode, the one game just to talk about everything else around it. But today we've got Grasshoppers in the group. We've got Bordeaux and Marseille in the league, and then I'm going to literally jump straight back on afterwards and record the next 3 games because it's all quite big teams, clickbaity names, the best sort of teams in the league really is what we want to be watching. And obviously we've got the Champions League. It's kind of a tense point, which we'll look at the group in a moment. So we did then, after the Man United game loss, we didn't really bounce back. We had a 1-1 draw against Auxerre. Their goal scored by Compan, of course, and then Letizier's regen, Mark Crossley grabbing the goal for us. But yeah, I think they took an early-ish, no, not that early really, it was a half an hour lead, and then after half time, about half hour to go, we caught it back. Probably a fair result in all honesty. We then did have a Red Star who have got promoted into the Ligue. Goals from Martin Bailey and Sonny Anderson win us the game. Garcia did pull one back or give them the lead, however it works, I can't remember. He gave them the lead. We do seem to be losing goals first at the moment. But we got the 3 points, that's all that mattered against a newly promoted team. We had to make sure that was the case. 4-0 against Spartak Moscow. Sonny Anderson, Bailey, Crossley, and then Essentiel for bench, who I think is Yorkaev's regen. Anyone in there that we know for Spartak Moscow? I don't think so. I think most of the decent ones have already left the club, I think. Yeah, no one there that immediately leaps out to me. We then had another draw in the league. Guingamp 0-0. They're a bit of a bane of our lives in recent sort of times. Yeah, enough said about them anyway. 0-0. I think this is our second season with Monaco, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah. So also they beat us in the final last year, and yeah, and then I think they smashed us in the league as well, just to compound our misery. But they're still doing it. They're still compounding our misery. But we did bounce back. This was in the League Cup actually, first round, 3-1 against Sochaux, who I think are still in our league. As my phone's ringing, but it's a spammy call that I've had about 4 from today, so it's just a different number. I keep blocking them. Liebenecht got his first 2 goals of the season. I know he's possibly not, I'm not too sure, but he got 2 goals in this game, and Stoichkov grabbed 1 as well. They did grab 1 back from Iotov, another Bulgarian, I assume. Yep, it is. But we absolutely thumped them, and 3-1 was probably a little bit easy going. We should have had a better scoreline than that. Saint Etienne 1-0. Sonny Anderson, not much else to say there. Goalkeeper, man of the match, of course. 3 points on the board. And then another squeaked 3 points in the Champions League. But you know what? We get the money, we get the points. That's the main thing that happens. Martin Bailey with the goal there again today. At this point, we did bring a new signing in. If we go to the squad, we brought in Didier Domi. He comes in he's formerly PSG, but he wasn't from PSG. No, we signed him. He's been to around the houses a little bit. He's gone to Auxerre on loan, then gone to Marseille, gone to Newcastle, and then we've got a bit of a sort of cut price deal on him, so we took it up. He's got very good attributes, not quite average rating matching those attributes at the moment, but you know, whatever. And we have sold a player, which is a few games time from now, but we sold Osland to Juventus for 1.8. He finally goes to them, and his value immediately skyrockets, probably because he's got a bit of a longer contract and more money on his contract. But he's a decent servant for Monaco, but he was never quite fitting with how we wanted to play and what we were doing and all that sort of stuff. Hopefully Afanu will be next. Another 17 grand out of the wage bill would be good. Pebber as well. I don't know if he's actually still wanted. He is by Montpellier, but they're just not. They're not jumping. They're not jumping on him. But yeah, we had the 1-0 game there. We said that one. Then we had Metz in the league, which was a 2-1 win. I'm having to switch my notes now because they've gone from my phone to my laptop. I think my phone was off charging in another room, so I couldn't add the notes on. I played these games over a couple of sittings where I was feeling not great. I didn't have patience and whatnot to sit there and play them in one go, so it was over a couple of sittings. But Ulrich grabbing the goals, Americo grabbing a goal for us as well, before Renaud scores for Metz. But 2-1 win, probably deserved to draw, but you know what, we take the win, we move on. We then had a good smash and grab. I say smash and grab, that's probably not the right term. We beat him 3-0, that's not really a smash and grab. Onopko in there now, but he's getting a bit on, his pace is dropping. He's still got the average rating there for him. Javari wasn't able to score for them. He's done very well this season. We scored 3, but not 4. As Martin Bailey grabs one, Liebernecht grabs another one. So I think they were his first goals of the season before, and I think he must get another one in a moment. But yeah, 3-0 win against Nantes in the league, which is very good because they are a decent team in the league. And then we had Man United. Somehow, I don't know how this happened. You may have spotted it already, but in the fixture list, but somehow we managed to grab a 1-0 win here. And obviously Barthez grabbing the man of the match against his future club. I don't know if he'd be there about now in real life. It probably would be about now, I'm guessing, or he'd already moved on by this point. I'm not too sure, but I don't know quite how he managed it. It was our one shot on target. Martin Bailey grabbing the goal in the 71st minute, and I mean limbs everywhere in what's the stadium? Stade Louis II. Limbs everywhere, as recently said by Carragher. So yeah, great result there, which really does open up the Champions League groups. We've obviously you can see we've got 2 games to go. They are against Spartak Moscow and Grasshoppers, so you would think maybe the games that are more winnable. But we'll have a look at that. That's looking. And then we've got Americo grabs us a 1-0 win against Angers. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. And then we did also manage to beat Nantes in the Cup 4-2. So in the second round, Martin Bailey, Liebernecht, Martin Crossley and Americo grabbing the goals for us. Javari does get one this time for them. And yeah, we're through to the third round of the Cup, where the quarterfinals even, where we do face Auxerre. So it's getting tougher, but we are hoping to have a bit of a cup run this year, because there are some points up for grab. Obviously we got 0 last year, which wasn't very nice. So if we look at the Champions League group quickly, we'll see where we are. We're a few in. So at the moment, Atletico Madrid are through. Ajax and Rangers, I mean, it's still open. Stromgod currently sits second. I'd be amazed if it finishes that way. Ajax or Rangers surely have got to have a bit of a push there, really. Marseille, Arsenal, AGF. AGF have been quite good in the UEFA Cup last couple of years, and they're not out of it, but it's going to take something to get through there, and I don't know who those guys are. Inter Porto, Celtic, AZ probably looks about right. Maybe the points are a little bit harsh, particularly on Celtic, but yeah, around this sort of time they were a good team. But on this game, I don't think they're particularly anything special. And then here comes to our group. So 4 games in, 9 points. Us Man United, they are winning by that goal difference, if you like, and also the result, whichever way around it judges it. I think it's the goal difference that takes effect on this game. But head-to-head overall records were exactly the same. It's just the goal difference. But we've got Grasshoppers and Spartak Moscow. I think it's Grasshoppers today. No, it's Spartak Moscow today. So a win here seals promotion, I think, regardless. It's just now a case of who finishes top, who finishes second. Looking at the groups, I'm not sure exactly what's better. Still some open groups here. Yeah, Brøndby and Benfica still fighting there. Fenerbahce way gone. Juventus there. Still got a fight for Dynamo Kiev. Legia Warsaw, very Eastern European group there, fighting for second. Kiev, Legia Warsaw and CSK Sofia. And then that's it, yeah. So we'll jump into today's game, and it is Marseille. It's third versus second. We are third. That's the league as it stands. We are 4 points behind PSG. PSG having a good season this year. Marseille currently unbeaten. We've lost 1. PSG have lost 1, and Bordeaux have lost 1. Very big cluster of teams in this sort of top 6 here, really. Top 5 maybe you'd say. Really with a look at that top spot. So it's going to be a tough season. Lens down there in second. I don't know what's going on with them. They're normally quite good players, but this year it just isn't quite clicking for them for whatever reason. And we have got Anderson on the bench at the moment. He's just missing too many chances. He's got a good goal return, but you've got to think 4 of those come in one game. He just keeps missing his chances, whereas Liebernecht has come in and he's sort of grabbing his opportunity, really. We've got Wattier on the bench as well. We've got more of a bench and more of a squad this year, I think, is the difference compared to last year. We did okay last year, but I think we were faltering. If we got an injury or suspension or something like that, we were struggling. But a big win here needed, big result here needed, just to keep us in that race. And the game seems to be slowing down a little bit. There we go. Bailey, Crossley, saved by Rodriguez in the first 20 minutes. Bakayoko obviously in there for them. Bailey gets his goal. He's been on fire recently. I've seen his name popping up in the... Obviously, it's been a sort of 3 or 4 or 5 days since I've played the game, let alone recorded. So I can't remember exactly, but just reading out the results just now, I remember seeing Bailey's name popping up. Certainly with important goals. I know he scored. I think he scored the goal against United, didn't he, to win the game? He's popped up with some vital goals, and it's obviously a big game, big vital result. So he pops up with another one. Barthez makes the save. I think he used to play for Marseille, Barthez, before Monaco, so against his old club. But as we just approach half time, if you do hear me sort of sniffing or anything like that, it is just the cough, cold, all that stuff just sort of taking effect in the background. But we do have an injury. I think he's a winger, isn't he? Yeah, he is. So he'll come in on the left wing for Stoichkov, who's not had the best first half, to be fair. But we'll see what this guy can do. He's looked quite bright when he's come in. He's had a bit of an injury as well, but he's looked sort of fairly bright in the games I have played him in and had a chance to look at him. But ways to see whether he's good enough actually, or whether I have just brought him in just to sort of boost the numbers really. Got in what I could while I could. I had to do that with a few players in a few positions just to, make the numbers up, and obviously get them on cheap wages to keep the numbers up as well, because obviously we're trying to get rid of wages with like 17, 18, 20 grand a week, replace them with 20. We can get so many players in that sort of deficit, if you like. Obviously Osland just left. I think he was on about 17. We're trying to get rid of Ikpeba, I think, is on about 20, and Barthez has just been sent off, and we don't have a goalkeeper on the bench. Great. So we are going to have a travelling goalkeeper. Rame guesses right and saves. I think it's the centre-back, right centre-back, Rame. Can we just hold on for the last 5 minutes? Don't give away silly fouls, please. We just have... Oh, no, 88th minute, Bakayoko. Disallow it, please, disallow it. Come on, ref. Oh. Liebenecht had a chance to win it. Oh, my God. We so nearly held on. We battered them. We deserved to win that game. Absolutely battered them. It took us getting our goalkeeper sent off when I subbed them to actually sort of really threaten us. They had 1 or 2 chances that were spottable, but we had a good few as well. I mean, look at the chances. 18 on target. So 18 on goal, 13 on target. I mean, how we've been robbed there. But it's another draw in the league. But, we go again. I think we've got Spartak Moscow next. So I'll be back shortly. So here we are. I think I misread the fixtures. I got my notes wrong at the start of the episode. I mentioned, I think, Bordeaux, Grasshoppers and Marseille. Obviously, Marseille was correct. We've got Marseille, Spartak Moscow, and I think it's PSG after this. So we'll have a look at those fixtures, but the intro completely wrong. But we got Spartak Moscow first. But a bit of news in the midweek. We lost Americo in a train injury and obviously Ordonov in the last game. So Rivera comes in there. Hazel's still injured. That doesn't help. So we're going to put Lito in and then switch him for Halmatini, which is the Finnish guy. Domi is cup tied, so Dumar's going to come back in. Sagnol to the bench. I think that's about all we can do for now. Oh, Paco is suspended as well. Have we got enough foreign spots? One. Oh, Bailey suspended as well. That's absolutely brilliant. We're going to put Djorkaeff's regen in. Okay, I didn't quite realise we had this many players missing today. Bailey's a big one as well. He loves the big occasions. Big game player. If there's a hidden stat in CM2, I don't think there is. I know there is in Football Manager, but in Champions Manager, is there like not big occasion? What is it? Big game player or something? I think there's like traits and attributes and stuff. But we grabbed the goal. Obviously, a win here, I think even a draw here, puts us through. God's sake, puts us through. Barthez, is he going to get sent off again? No, he doesn't. Puts us through, but it's now we're battling with Man United for that top spot. But finishing top isn't always the best bet. Sometimes you can get a nice plum draw. We might finish top and get someone like Real Madrid who finish second randomly in their group. But Liebenecht grabs the goal. He seems to be finding his form now and finding his place in the team. Zilias picking up the foul, and he's injured now as well. Oh my God, what is going on? So we're going to have to bring in Heidenstrom's a regen, I think. I said in the last game, we've got a bigger squad to cope with injuries now. We have, but they're not always necessarily the best players. And if they all keep getting injured, we don't have a complete second team to put out again. So if they could stop injuring them, that would be fantastic. We grab the goal, we do finally on about the 3rd or 4th rebound. Doesn't normally go that far. Normally it cuts it out, but Lieberknecht grabs the goal again, and he is on a roll. Monaco's kick off second half. I think that was us kicking off second half. We had the ball anyway pretty quickly. But if we could just avoid any more injuries now. 2-0. No more highlights. No more action until the final whistle. I'll take that. A 2-0 win. And oh my god, another injury. We're going to pop Sonny Anderson in behind. Oh, this is just ridiculous now. We've got no players. We've got no team. What was his name? The Wildstone Raider. That was it. These old flashbacks. I mean, it's not as old as this game, obviously, but it's about... Well, it's got to be about 8 years ago now, that, hasn't it? Oh, my God. I mean, even the footage on those cameras looked a bit outdated, and that's... Oh. But, funny story, there was one of the... he was available for stag parties and that, wasn't he? As Anderson grabs a goal. And I can't remember whose it was. One of my mates... I don't know if it was as we were playing, because obviously I think 2 or 3 of my mates, including myself, are married. I can't remember whose it was. I don't know if it was mine it was talked about even. And handcuffing him and walking around. But I don't know, it might have been before any of us actually got married and it was just something that was joked about. I can't remember. But I remember it being a conversation. And yeah, I'm not sure I'd have enjoyed that very much. Mine was just a lovely weekend in Newcastle. I say lovely, it was absolutely horrific. But a weekend in Newcastle. Great clubs, great music. Great away, getting dressed up in, yeah, whatever they wanted to put me in. It was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, good weekend. We've done Liverpool as well for another one. Some good just breaks away in the UK. And I think the next one, if and when it goes ahead, it'll probably be abroad, just so we can all get out of the country for a little bit. But 3 points, 750 grand in the bank. And I think that will see us through. Man United get the win against Grasshoppers, as we'd expect. So that even more so cements our place through. Yeah, we can't be caught. It's just now... We've got Grasshoppers, they've got Spartak Moscow. I see both of us probably winning, so Man United top in the group. In terms of fixture, what we got next? So we've got Bordeaux next, and then we go straight on to the next game, the next video, which is PSG and Grasshoppers, which will essentially seal out that the group, and then we can come back in a few months for the knockouts. But look at they say knockouts. Look at that team. That team has been knocked out. Look at the injuries. Look at the suspensions and all sorts. So when is the game? It's on the 29th, so in 3 days. See you then for no players. 3 months for Zelias. I was about to say see you then, but okay, we got some players back. He's out for a couple of months. Riviera will be suspended. Okay, so his suspension might not actually be applicable in the league. It's just going to be for Europe, but that doesn't help too much. But do you know what? We may as well stick around because it's only in 2 days. I don't think much is going to be happening between now and then, unless we have a bout of flu or something hit the team and just completely wipe everyone out. Frey wants to go. He's going to get some games soon because obviously Barthez is going to be suspended and he's wanted by Real Madrid at the moment because why not? So Crossley needs to come out. We are going to put... Who are we going to put in there? Alright, we're going to put Djorkaeff in there, I think. So Bailey's going to come back in. Asensio's going to drop in there. And we need to put Paco Sanz back in the midfield. Okay. I mean, we're through the Champions League, so we might even not worry about trying to finish top. We might just... we might just have to... I've just seen a message come through my wife. My daughter had to go to hospital this morning, unfortunately, so I think it looks like I'm able to go and pick her up. So I'll quickly just finish this game, and then I'll head out. But big, important game against Bordeaux. I've lost my complete trail of thought reading that message of where we was talking, but I think it was essentially saying in the Champions League we can maybe just try and play some backup players because we're through already. We're probably not going to finish top. I don't think Man United are going to succumb to Spartak Moscow. As Chiesa gives Bordeaux the lead, he's on a bit of a roll with them. He's banging in the goals for fun for Bordeaux. But yeah, so maybe injuries won't be too much of a problem. We can just have a good old rotate in the team and just play some younger players, just try to stop any other injuries affecting the league, because obviously that last league result against Marseille was a bit of a shocker, and this one looks like it's not going to be much better. The players are knackered. We're sort of getting by on a few bare bones, a few key positions missing, a few sort of patchwork players in positions that maybe they wouldn't be playing. But Anderson, who's that? Pa Anderson. He's old. Was he at Wimbledon? Okay, he's not the one. There was one at Wimbledon, I think, as well, when we were at Fulham. Earlier in, I think, like Division 1, Division 2, Season 1, Season 2, something like that. But yeah, already we're we don't deserve anything out of this game, and we're going to get nothing out of this game. But Marseille, we definitely deserve something, and we're not getting it in a couple of draws we've had in the league. We're just not getting what we deserve always. But when we deserve to lose, we are getting beaten. And we've pulled one back through Bailey, but I think they'll probably score before we do. Again, in all honesty, we haven't. That goal really is against the run of play. It doesn't feel like we've created enough to even warrant that one goal. Can Ligue next grab one at the end? No, not like Marseille. We don't ponce a last-minute goal like other teams do against us, unfortunately. 2-1, but as you can see, well-deserved. They had more shots on target than we had. Well, same amount of shots on target as we had shots. So, you know, what can we even say? But that's going to wrap up today's episode. If you are new around here, as I mentioned at the start of the video, as always, hit that subscription button down below. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed today's video as well. And we'll be back. I was going to record the episode straight after, but I've got to go to the hospital now and do taxi journey. So, I'm not going to be recording that right away, but it gives me something to record tomorrow, and then I can play through and get the next one recorded. Until next time, for that PSG and Grasshoppers game, I believe, I will see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.